On this episode of the TJ Thorpe Show, do you have a celebration? Do you have
exactly
a little...
what I do. I'll tell you exactly what I do.
All
right, so look, you say you got a screen, right? Hit him, get back to the line, let's go. Next play, come on.
You want to hit him again?
Yeah, come on now.
You just tell him, get up, come on.
Yeah.
Don't waste my time.
Next play.
Don't waste my time.
Tell your coach to bring the play in the huddle.
Why I want them to play sports, really, and it's just some of the things you learn by playing football, basketball, whatever it is, you still carry some of those traits with you as a grown man, right? And the same for them. I want them to be able to learn how to be on the team. My number one reason for them playing the sport is just to get some discipline, right?
What's going on, everybody? It's TJ Thorpe, and you're tuned in to another episode of the TJ Thorpe Show. And we done moseyed on down the street, so we stopped at Havelock, did what we had to do, and now we're in bear country. You know, when we have, y'all gotta bear with me. I'm looking around. I don't want to get ran down on by anything, but I got my bodyguard with me.
What's up, y'all? What's up?
So I got KJ Sampson of the new Bern High School Bears and Florida State commit, first and foremost. 4-star recruit, battling in the trenches, freak of all freaks as well. It's a pleasure to have you, my brother.
First to be on the show.
Lord have mercy. You see that bear paw? He tried to, yeah. He's like, all right. So without further ado, man, let's jump into it. How did you get into football? Obviously, you know, there's a lot of sports you could have chosen. Football seems to fit you well. So tell me, what got you on the football field?
So first it started off with my granddad. He was he's a big influence of why I play football.
Right.
He was a good man. I mean, he got me into football. My dad told me a lot about him playing football, and he played at East Tennessee, Shaw.
Oh, wow.
And then he got drafted by the Green Bay Packers, but then my grandma ended up getting sick, so he had to let go of football dreams and come take care of my grandma.
It's an honorable brother.
Yeah. So I mean, it's just those small things about my granddad that's really a big influence on why I play football and why I am the person today. So, yes, sir.
So you've had bear blood just kind of all in you. So Shaw Bears, New Bern Bears, just bears, gummy bears, all types of bears. but in all honesty, okay, so you're family oriented then.
Yes, sir.
And so what types of things did Grandpa instill in you, your dad, your brothers? You have brothers, correct?
Yes,
your brothers. That you carry onto the football field?
So the first thing, and this is the only thing, like this is one of the biggest things that's always stuck with me. So you know how you got to stop, like, right?
Yeah.
Red means stop, yellow means mosey on, green means go.
What does yellow mean?
Like mosey on.
Mosey on.
Yeah, you feel me? You feel me? And then green means go.
Yeah.
He said the only color in the field is green.
Yeah.
So that means at all times it's go. Knock somebody's head off. So
all gas, no
yeah,
break.
you feel me? So it's been like that.
And oh man, look, y'all, he got me in my element. He talking the defensive slang, got my blood boiling. And it's funny because my father told me something very similar. He told me, obviously, you know, we on go as well, but I was a ball carrier. And one man never brings you down. Right. You should never be stopped by one person. Obviously, I would assume ain't one dude ain't stopping you. Right. And then the other thing is he told me it was the dog mentality. There was a difference between being hurt and being injured.
Right.
And for me, that was the one thing I had that edge. I knew no matter how far they were willing to take it, I was willing to take it a little further. And it's funny because you're one of the only, I think you are the only interior D lineman I've had on this show. So obviously you stand in here with a little bit of security in you, like you know. So being a younger guy, starting off young, have you always been, you know, on the line? Were you know, running back or linebacker? Because I know I was a D lineman started out.
So I started playing both sides of the football, on offensive line, defensive line. When I got to middle school, I was big, but I was athletic like I am now. So I had my own offensive package at quarterback. Yeah, so
at quarterback.
Yeah, yeah.
All right.
We actually on this field, we played in our championship game against Grover when I was at HJ. Well, no, my fault. When I was at Grover, we played HJ, and that's a rivalry game, and we were at like the 20, and I was supposed to throw the ball. But yeah, no. I said, hey, bro, y'all just carry y'all man the other way. And I'm gonna score.
Let me do what I gotta do.
Yeah, and we actually ended up blowing them out like 50 like the 16. So, yeah.
So why you didn't stay with quarterback?
Because I got bigger. But like I was big. I was like big already. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you was big to the point where they were like, "Hey, brother,
Yeah.
you don't have a choice anymore."
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So then, has New Bern always? What is it? Because I know, like I said, I have stopped at the arch rival. You know, they got some ball players over there, but what was it that in this area? What is it that y'all do different than have? Like, what is it about New Bern that makes it New Bern, and kind of have you grown through this I guess this area, so to speak?
I'll definitely say the tradition that New Bern brings. I mean, like New Bern, it's a special place. Like if you think about guys, you got Mike Hughes. That's the main guy.
I forgot about Mike.
You got Kevin. You got Kevin Reddick, Brian Simmons. You got
all Carolina guys.
Right. You feel me? It's way more. It's way more in there.
Yeah.
We got Cody Purdy. It's a lot of the guys that like are really like they some real dogs.
Right.
And like all those guys, they come back and they give something back, and they help us try to get the Bear Ball back to what it is.
Right.
And once we did that, now we're trying to bring it to another level. So it's just about keeping that tradition, but bringing it to another level.
Right. So you talk about a lot of those big names that come back, because those are first round draft picks.
Right.
Those are 7-8 year vets in the NFL, things like that. What are those little things that they're bringing back? What are you taking from those guys? Are you taking, maybe like film, how they approach the game? Maybe I'm sure you probably asked them, things that help them, at the college level. But what are some of the things that they may have told you that you've taken to help you get to this point?
So I definitely say with Kev, because that's one. Kev and Cody and Mike, those are the main three guys I talk to the most from the Bear Ball. They always say, never forget where you came from, but also don't be afraid to go off. So like when they were telling me this was really at the point in time where I was starting to get looks and starting with the recruitment process, and they're like, don't be too comfortable where it's like a clutch. You're hanging on to something. So like,
don't use it as a crutch.
You're right. So, I mean, that was really like a big thing for me. It's basically like they're telling me like you gotta go explore, because you never, like New Bern's cool, but like you can't stay in New Bern.
Big fish in a small pond, for sure. And it's funny that you took that and it segues perfectly into where we're headed next, and you've taken that bit of advice and said, all right, I'm gonna do y'all one better. I'm not gonna go a state over.
Right.
I'm not gonna go a state up, down. I'm gonna go all the way to the bottom and figure out what Florida has. Now, I'm sure weather had played into there too, but talk about what, hold on. I had to do my little tomahawk chop, because I used to be at one point. I got my Thorpe Florida State jersey at home, number 5. Yeah, I used to want to play for Bobby Bowden.
Oh yeah, go.
But UNC was where it was at for me. So, what about you go to Florida State and it's not the Florida State that I knew. Right. It's not the Florida State a lot of people knew, but it's something you still wanted to take on that challenge. Why did you choose Florida State?
So first off, I'm gonna start off with the GOAT, Oda Higgins. I mean, that's really the GOAT. Miles, he's the best defensive line coach in the country.
Shout out to Coach.
He's going on his 29th year at Florida State as a coach. He's an alumni from there. He went to the league. He knows where I want to get to.
Right.
So that's somebody I can really learn from. I mean, I feel like sometimes you have coaches that know where you want to go, but they don't really know what it takes there, because some of them may have played a different position.
Right.
But like, he's a defensive lineman for real. So that was a big part of it. And Florida State, it's good people. It's Tallahassee. It's alive down there. So I mean,
it ain't bad.
Yeah.
It ain't bad. Do you have a girlfriend?
No.
Whew, thank God. Give me a high five. Yeah. I'm glad y'all seen that too, because a lot of y'all need to. All right, but anyway, so you get down there. What's your mindset when you step on campus? So we'll play a little game. I want to hear your mindset, and then I'm gonna tell you kind of what I think your mindset should be. If I feel like there's something that needs to be a little different.
Right.
But obviously, you've never been to college.
Right.
I have. So we'll see kind of where things line up. So we'll start with you. What are the things you feel like you probably need to either get better at or focus on while you're there at school, your first year?
I'll definitely say make sure I have a good schedule with like the education part first.
Time management,
Right.
all that good
Yeah,
stuff.
I feel like once I get my education part down, football's going to fall into it. Of course, not putting football on the back burner, but I'm there to get education first. So, I mean, just making sure that I'm taking care of everything in the classroom and be able to still compete and fight for a spot to play. So that's just a big thing.
Physically, real quick. Physically, now you got the books, you got whatever. So physically now, your freshman year, what do you think you need to bring to the table?
I need to show that I'm able to come in and play immediately. Just being able to be coachable and being able to adjust, being adaptable, and being comfortable with being uncomfortable.
I gotta look at the camera for this one. So this game didn't go how I thought it was gonna go. I figured he'd leave me more that he should probably improve on, but clearly this young man has thought of it. So Florida State family and friends and fans and all that, y'all are clearly getting a well thought out, sharp individual. So that's the first thing. So secondly, I was going to say you probably gonna want to get bigger. You knew that.
Right.
You're probably, you're gonna always want to keep using your speed because obviously your athleticism is huge for you. But the biggest thing was the time management piece. Was people get in there and just think, oh, it's just gonna be what it's football. We're gonna do this, we're gonna do that, but they don't understand. Well, now I got to work out.
Right.
And in order to make it to that workout, I probably got to go to bed at the right time. And then I got to get the meals at the right time. And then I have to get to meetings and make sure I leave time to not only study school, but study ball and do all those things. So it's funny to me that maybe no one else has drawn this, these conclusions or seen this, but it's funny that you're where you're at because you've already thought to take care of that now. That's something that when you get there, you're not going to be blindsided. You probably have, everybody ready to jump down your throat. I know we were playing before, but they already said if you go out there, act right, we're going to bring you on back to Newburgh. look, and that's true too. They ain't playing with you. But that speaks to you. It speaks to who you are. It speaks to the way you prepare. And obviously that's probably why you've had the success you had. So kudos to you. But now, since my game got completely blown up, we'll talk about this season. We'll talk about what you can do this year, maybe to polish you to get ready for football next year. So what things last year, obviously I'm sure you can bull rush anybody.
Right.
What are you going to add to the arsenal this year that's going to set you apart?
I'll definitely say one thing I want to add to this season is not getting hurt. I feel like
durability.
Me getting hurt and having to have surgery, that really hurt my team. Right. And definitely like still being like that voice on the team, even though I'm not able to be out there. Just being able to keep the guys up, even when I'm not at my best. Still being able to be that voice for them and make sure that the energy is still up and all that. So
you want to be that emotional leader.
Right.
You want to be able to keep them locked in. And it's funny you mentioned that because it all starts up front. Right. It's usually, it's the trenches that you live and go as the team goes. So all you receivers out there that feel like it's about you, it's not. Sorry, it's not. It's about this big young man right here. And so now that you got that in your sights, you understand, what you want to do best. What things are you putting in place, to kind of, because you say it, but what things are you putting in place now, to kind of get a better product or a better outcome, maybe from keeping you preservation, body preservation, keeping you up to speed, keeping you in shape. What things are you doing now?
I'm trying to take more care of my body.
There you go.
I mean, starting
being proactive.
Right.
Yes, sir.
I mean, I'm definitely trying to. That's the biggest thing because when I get to college, it's going to be mandatory. So why not go ahead and start now?
Right.
So that's the biggest thing with the guys. Basically, trying to get those young guys, trying to get them like into the program.
Right.
Make sure that they know like this is what we expect. I mean, I've been in the program for a while now.
Right.
I'm a senior. I played varsity as a freshman, and so they expected a lot from me at an early age.
Right.
I mean, so I know Coach may say he didn't expect a lot from me. I knew he did. So that's just the biggest thing. And definitely another thing is a lot of guys try to compare themselves to other people when you can't. You just got to be yourself because everybody brings something different to the table.
Wow.
So you got to find out what you bring to the table and then execute that.
The more I listen to you speak and a lot of young athletes, it's funny the focus and the mindset you guys bring because a lot of times you get a highly recruited guy
Right.
and people feel, like you said, in competition.
Right.
And trying to, oh, it's about them, or
Right.
they get treated this way or that way. Whereas you have told the young guys to kind of do what you've done.
Right.
And use some of the older guys,
Right.
not only for learning, but I mean, we're on the same team.
Right.
If Florida State comes and watches you, they got to watch the
Right.
other 11,
Right.
10 guys. And it's funny that you're one of the people who, with everything already set out for you, and you're scheduled to go where you're going, you're still thinking about your teammates. You're still
Right.
thinking about the success of the team. You're still thinking about, what's going to be
Right.
left behind when you're
Right,
gone.
right.
So it speaks to who you are again. So now let's backtrack. Let's get out of that. Let's get out of all that good stuff, and let's talk about what you know. Let's talk about the fun stuff, which is football, right? Paint the picture for me, because as I look around, it's there's no track.
Right.
I'm used to having a track
Right.
around the field or whatever. So this seems like it's dedicated to
Right.
ball. So where y'all at? This is your sideline.
We're on this one side.
Right.
I always look over here in this corner because my pop's always over there. And then,
Hold on, I need somebody to show where Pops and Mom sit. Camera, if you could just take us around over here. Come walk with me. Talk with me. Walk with me. Talk
so
with
you
me.
see where it's red right here?
Yes.
Pops is over there.
Pops.
He lets it sit away from everybody
Uh-huh.
so he can pay attention to the game.
Okay. Pops like, you like my dad, Pops. We don't be wanting to do all that. Mom wanted to be in the concession stand.
Yeah, my mom liked to help everybody, so she wanted to be in the concession stand
we
sometimes.
knew it.
And then, but if she's not in the concession stands,
Yeah.
she's yelling just as loud as everybody else.
Uh-huh.
And if I'm doing something wrong, she's gonna tell me. But my mom, she's
Mom's gonna be
from
mom's,
in the black
bro.
section right there.
Uh-huh.
But where I like to go to,
Yeah.
before when we run out,
Yeah.
sit that corner over there.
Boom.
Where the
What's so
crews-
special about this corner?
The Crusoe Crazies. They get us right before every game.
Student section
yeah,
live.
Yeah, I'm telling you, they drown out everybody.
Drown out everybody.
They drown out everybody.
Havelock can't do what y'all do.
Oh no.
No. Okay.
No.
All right. Hey,
No.
we coming to the game.
No.
We coming to. I'm gonna at least have to. Maybe we'll have to get like a high school OT like fan meter or
Yeah,
something.
definitely should.
Copyright that too. I need 10% because I know high school OT won't thinking about that one. So how are you gonna feel now leaving all of this behind? Because this is what you're doing.
Right.
You're leaving all of this behind for some palm trees. Dang, can I go with you? Come on. Can I go with you? So you're leaving all this behind though. What's the legacy you want to leave when you walk off this field the last time? Obviously, you're gonna have a senior night, it'll be
Right.
very emotional. But what's the legacy you want to leave? Because these are the days. College is gonna be great.
Right.
You're gonna play ball a long time, and then you're gonna go to the league, you're gonna make money, and then you're gonna pour something back
Right.
in here and help them get some extra stuff,
Right.
maybe a monster statue of half you, half bear, whatever. So what does that legacy look like when you close your eyes at night?
I definitely say when I'm done with football, I want to be able to come back here, and the first thing I want to do, me and the guys talking about it, we want to have an indoor facility for the guys.
Wow.
We want to have an indoor facility somewhere around here. We're going to find somewhere to build it. We're just going to have an indoor facility because over on our practice field, Coach, he found a lot of, we're going to find some grass to practice. But when it's raining and the grass is flooded, we got to go inside.
Yeah.
We can't really get nothing done.
Everybody do that gym. Lord
So
have mercy.
it's definitely, I want to get an indoor facility somewhere and get some better, like some actual trainers around here. Because like New Bern, I mean, there's no thing.
And when you say trainers, you mean like away from the school, like working
Right,
out,
right,
footwork, all
right.
that good stuff.
Because
Yeah,
I definitely say we got some guys here that train us, but like I want some guys that like they got their own gyms.
they're housed
Right,
here,
right,
like they
right.
really invested here.
Right.
Yeah.
And because that's what I want to do. So I'm trying
Okay.
to, because like when I was telling you I want to build my brand, the biggest thing, like once I get my brand, I want to get the gyms. I want to have like something like Gold's Gym or like Planet Fitness. But
You want to pop them out.
Yeah,
you want to
yeah,
franchise
yeah,
stuff. I get
yeah.
you.
Yeah. So that's
Well,
what-
that was gonna be the next question.
Right.
So shoot, go ahead into it, cause see it's funny you again, and I keep using it's funny because I keep smiling, I'm laughing
Right.
about it because it warms me
Right.
to know that you're that person. You're thinking of literally everybody but yourself. Like you could have did anything with that money. You could have just threw up some bleachers and
Right.
whatever, but you want to give them a place where they can feel safe from wildlife, where they have grass, they have all the resources necessary, And it's like, it's not the car, it's not the house, that's what you want for your community. It's huge. That's huge. And so I don't want to breeze past. I want to make sure that they clearly understand your vision. Where does ball after, because obviously you're going to have a great career. You're going to go through all those things, but life happens, and this is only a short period of time. Where do you see what's next for you? Are you starting a business? I know you mentioned something here, but I don't want anybody to breeze past that. So talk to me a little bit about what that business is, where it came from, or what that brand is, and what you plan on doing with it.
So basically, what I want to do is, first, I want to have a degree in sports science or kinesiology.
There you go. That's what I got my degree in, baby. I'll help you out. Hey, we're not cheating, though. I know I went to Carolina, and people are going to look at me crazy, but we study hard, we play harder. Bam.
Oh, yeah. So basically, what I want to do is become a trainer, right? Then I want to get my own gym.
There you go.
Of course, I might have to start off in somebody else's gym, but then once I get there, get my gym, then I start getting franchises, get a franchise gym, and then build them everywhere. And then basically what I want to do is, I don't know if I want to coach yet.
Right.
Because coaching is not for everybody.
Right.
But at the same time,
you want to be around the game.
Right.
Yeah.
But I just want to do what my dad does.
Right.
My dad, well, it's his side hustle, but he trains kids in the community because we don't really have a trainer around here. So I want to be like he has his own thing called JBS Sports.
This is the time,
right?
Put Dad on even more. Hey, these kids don't know about Dad right now.
JBS Sports. Yeah, if y'all follow me on Twitter, you know about JBS Sports. I'm telling you. But definitely
JBS Sports, New Bern. We got to get better.
Oh yeah,
we got to get better. Keep getting better.
Oh yeah.
Sorry about that.
But basically JBS Sports, that stands for Jesse Sampson, which is my granddad. JB comes from, that was his nickname, JB. So basically what I want to do is I want to take what JBS has done and make it to KS2, which is going to be my brand, and basically make it bigger.
Right.
And I've had this conversation with my dad, and he's like, let's do it.
I know Kevin Reddick.
Oh yeah.
New Bern guy.
Oh yeah.
He does that. He trains kids in more of a mobile service, I think, but he does that.
Yeah.
Tallahassee, Florida. See, watch how we connect these dots. Y'all think football players aren't smart. Watch this. So we're going to go down to Florida. We're going to take our talents down to Florida and our brand because it's NIL, right? Then what we're going to do is we're going to use the resources because that's a huge gold mine for training.
Networking.
Look. We don't need, end it all right now. The man knows exactly where we're headed. Networking, exactly. Then we network, figure out who we can get in their hip pocket, frame ourselves, position ourselves so that we can maybe utilize some of them resources. I know a few folks in Tampa. You might know a few folks in Tallahassee. I know even a few guys, Tony Sands, a few others and down in Miami, right? All right, so then you go boom from there.
Right.
Take all that good knowledge, bring it back up here where there is good knowledge here, but just maybe not about some of the training. And now, boom, now we're going to take this big old building, make it a whole little, indoor plex. Maybe it doubles as something where New Bern can the team can practice on bad days, and on other days we operating out of business.
Right.
You know what I mean? But it's funny because you already started all that, and you already started thinking about that, and there's more kids that probably should do that.
Oh yeah.
But now with that being said, and you got all that done, the big guys, y'all got the good celebrations. So we're gonna end on a little fun note. I'm not gonna let you tackle me, because there's never a scenario in life where you would. You don't move the way I do, baby. You see this?
Time out.
You see this right here? You can't tackle me, baby.
Time out.
Look at the hips. They don't lie.
Time out.
They don't lie.
You're feeling yourself too much.
No.
Calm down.
It's my show.
Calm down.
I can't. Okay.
Calm down.
So the big man think he could chase me down. I got a good mind to get over here and race him real quick and see what's up. But in the event you run across a guy like me running a tunnel screen, smaller guy, got a lot of mouth. He probably said a whole bunch to you during the game, because I probably would have talked crazy to you. Yeah, all that. But anyway, what's your celebration like? What do you do to little guys like myself after you done planted them in the ground? Because you got a bunch of ACC guys that you might see again from the area. So do you have a celebration? Do you have
exactly what I do? I'll tell you exactly what I do. All right, so look, you say you got a screen, right? Hit him, get back to the line, let's go. Next play, come on.
You want to hit him again?
Yeah. Come on now.
You just tell him, get up. Come on.
Yeah.
Don't waste my time.
Next play.
Don't waste my time.
Tell your coach to bring the play in the huddle.
Oh my God. Hey, look, that's actually very scary because, all right, I ask y'all a question. We'll ask them the question. Would y'all want this man to hit you over and over and over, and then the drive's over, so we're going to leave.
Right.
And then we come back. And then he hits you over and over, and then it's in the first quarter,
Mm-hmm.
and you leave.
All right.
Maybe switch sides. Hold on, let's switch sides. And then he gonna hit you from this side, over and over. Now you tell me, do you think they really want to do that? I sure don't.
I'm
But
gonna put it like this.
No,
Them boys know.
they know.
They know.
Especially the ones up the street.
I ain't saying no names.
Oh,
no
he
names.
said he ain't saying no
I ain't saying
names.
no names.
No names.
But we'll
but
see y'all during the season.
what can we expect from these New Bern Bears?
Add 2022 up there.
2022. Zoom in. Zoom in. 2022. It's got to come through here, apparently. It's got to come through here. Apparently, it's D-Line said it. Big Dog said it. So you got the camera, you got everything. The time is yours. I'm going to be your background dancer, whatever you need. Security guard, if you need me, just sit back there mugging. I got you. But this is your turn, your time to talk to the camera. You got it, brother.
First off, I want to thank my peoples.
Can y'all see me back here? Sorry.
I want to thank my parents, my uncles, Uncle El, rest in peace, rest his soul, Uncle Kel, Uncle Jesse, Uncle Kurt, my Aunt Janiqua, my Thomasina, my Aunt Jada, my Aunt Nia, my Uncle Derek, my grandma, my granddad, all my cousins, Kalea, Kiesia, Caden, Camden, and all my family. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate what y'all done sacrificed for me. And trust and believe it's not gonna be for nothing.
Ball game. It's done. Y'all see us on Sundays. Well, you ain't gonna see me on Sundays unless you at a cookout. But you'll see him on Sundays, you'll see him on Saturdays, and before all that, make sure you catch him on Friday night.
Yeah, no.
KJ Sampson, New Bern's finest. And we out of here, big dog. I appreciate you always.
Yeah, most appreciate it.
We have a mentor, big brother of mine, old team captain at UNC, call him CEO, but you all have seen him in the NFL with the Saints, the Panthers, and a few other teams. But this man is lights out, one of the best leaders I've ever been on a team with. And so I bring him here to y'all. We have Kevin Reddick of New Bern High School.
My guy.
Yes, sir.
Thanks
A New
for
Bern
having
legend, as well as a Tar Heel legend,
Yes, sir.
as well as a North Carolina legend. So without further ado, you won a state championship too, didn't you?
Come on, man.
So look, y'all see the list is piling up. Obviously it's a football show, but everybody's past seems to be a little different.
Mm-hmm.
Last week we had Ebron play, as you know, Ebron, he played 5 years of ball before making it first round. Obviously everybody can't be that fortunate. So with that being said, what got you into the sport?
Freak. Man, my mom actually threw me into it. It was like, so I got two sisters, my mom's side, two on my stepmom's side. Right. But it was just me, my mom, and my two sisters, and we got straight girls in our family, all girls.
You sound like me.
Not many boys. So she was like, look, you got to do something. She took me around here, played football. The first day she dropped me off, I ran back home. Yeah.
Like a lost puppy.
Lost puppy.
Threw you in the fight.
But she threw me in there. She made me. I didn't want to play football. She made me play football.
Did she ever tell you why? Just to get you out the house, or just to get you?
Well, her thing was, you don't need to be around all these girls. You need to go play football.
Right.
Just
right.
Basically, because again, there's nothing but girls.
Yeah. I got
nothing but
you.
girls in our family. Go do something with your time.
So did you play Pop Warner all the way up to high school, or did you y'all had a middle school team? How does it work?
Pop Warner, middle school, and then high school, man. So I've been playing football since I was 6. Yeah, I might have did 1 year. My dad, I think he was just trying to make a statement with me. It was like, look, if your grades ain't right, you ain't playing football.
Right.
And my grades wasn't right, and guess what? In the 6th grade, I didn't play football at all.
After having that experience in middle school, what did that do for your high school career and the mindset it put you in as far as where you knew you wanted to go?
I mean, I knew I had to do what I had to do to stay on the team.
Yeah.
That's kind of the mindset I had then, which is, I mean, I say kids can still have that mindset, but strive for better, you know?
Right.
Why not try to get, and this is stuff I preach to my daughter, why you won't just get A's and B's? Why? You know, strive to be the best.
Right.
Strive to do better than me, or, you know, better than your peers. So, I mean, at the same time, it was still, if I'm striving to do better, then I'm going to be on the team.
Right.
And I don't have to deal with my dad or, you know, or the coach trying to, you know, make me do this or do that, just, you know, just to play football. So.
Right. K-Red, one of the things that I've always, and I'm all about giving flowers on the show, is he's a leader. By example, he's a vocal leader for one. Me ain't gonna shy away from his words, not gonna back down from anybody, but he's a leader by example, and I can imagine a lot of the teams, why y'all might have went to the state championship, knocked off Independence, we'll get to that, but due to some of the leadership you've shown, is that coming from your family, is that coming from your dad, your mom?
Man, that was the football thing for me. I mean, it still carries with me now, but that was the thing at the time where, you know, they kind of instilled that into us in high school.
Right.
Or really even middle school, because the way they got it set up is, you know, the high school coaches talking to the middle school coaches, and they setting the foundation at middle school.
Right.
You know, and should be even started at Pop Warner.
Right.
Setting that foundation, and you know, after a while, I mean, if you're a baller, it's kind of the way I think. If you're a baller, you got to be some type of leader somewhere, because everybody looking at you, everybody looking up to you, everybody, everybody gonna follow your lead. You know what I'm saying? So it, you know, it's kind of started like that, and then got them same guys I played with in middle school. Some I played with in Pop Warner, but those same guys in middle school where we almost won a championship that year too, lost the last game. We were all seniors together at New Bern High.
Right.
So when we won this championship.
Back to your leadership and the football and the IQ and the acumen, going into UNC, what were some of, because a lot of these kids are about to go to school, what were some of the things that you wanted to focus on, like be it film? Obviously, I'm sure you was probably pretty large dude.
Going into school, man, it was about coming in and playing right away.
ASAP.
That's the mindset I had. Because I, you know, at that point in time, I felt like I was that dude, and I was like, look, I ain't about to be riding no bench for no, you know what I'm saying? But that was my focus point, just to come in, learn the playbook, and basically outsmart everybody. You know,
so why? What was it that made you choose Carolina?
Man, just really being close to home, not too far away where my folks can, and it was like in the middle. So it was actually gonna be either Tennessee, South Carolina, or North Carolina. That's where I got my, you know, of course I had other ton of offers, but I had narrowed it down to those three. One, because my mom was in South Carolina and my dad was here, in New Bern. So I just wanted kind of to make a place where, you know,
and then
it was in the middle,
back.
and then I could get family to the games, and then of course the coaching staff had something to do with it. And at that time, Thigpen was recruiting me. Right. So of course he made everybody feel home. You know.
I was about to say him,
Blake, all those guys.
Barry,
Coach Davis,
even Barry on down. So, what things did you look for at that time? Because a lot of times people, you know, you hear about, the school can do this. You know, these kids now, you getting NIL money, so schools are just throwing money at. But that don't necessarily mean you're gonna play. Right. You know, so with that being said, what types of things, you know, to maybe weed around some of the glitz and glamour and distractions would you look for in choosing your school or making your decision?
I would say at the time of the recruiting phase, for me, it was more of where could I play at?
Right. Okay.
Just being honest.
So where you play first?
Where I'm gonna play at? Of course, they had a good education, because that was something for me. I made a promise to my mom that I was gonna graduate and not leave early.
Right.
That was something that was
I
big.
was about to say, you definitely could have bounced.
That's right. So that was something that I had to stick to, you know what I'm saying? But really just school, of course, good education, and, you know, just where I'm going to play at. Because, again, I'm not looking to come in and red shirt. I'm not looking to come in and, you know, wait it out or even just have that year and not play. If I'm going to have that year, my goal was I need to be starting or I need to be playing 60 to 70% of the snaps. You get what I'm saying? So,
what tricks or little skills, tactics, whatever tendencies did you pick up in college as far as maybe time management, taking care of your body, that helped you? Because obviously you matured very quickly, you had success early, you played early. A lot of people obviously want to do the same things, but what set you out from everybody else?
I'll be honest, I didn't start taking care of my body until I was a junior, honestly.
The sauna suit.
Exactly. I was in that sauna suit, I was in that cold tub, hot tub. And that just, I mean, again, that came with like maturity and time. When I was young, I didn't want to get in no cold tub. I ain't got time. I'm trying to go home, play the game. And still, even, you know, as a junior, I was doing that too, but still I learned to, you know, take my time, take care of my body. Because I'm really like, I'm playing now. I'm really feeling it. So
Right.
I would say taking care of my body and then putting in more like film work, you know what I mean? And that carried over to the next level for me.
Right.
Like, come early, stay late. That was something I did at the next level, especially being undrafted. You know, I had to go above and beyond, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Just to even make the roster, you know what I'm saying? So I would say that's the two things I really carried.
You're a 4-year starter pretty much at Carolina, so you've accomplished everything that you really wanted to up to that point. So I'm guessing your goals at that time probably became, all right, get drafted.
Yeah.
And then we're going to have this long, illustrious career, boom, 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 which to a certain degree, you definitely was tenured in the league. But you didn't get drafted, and I know that's a familiar feeling for me, but what type of mindset did that put you in? Because obviously, you know, you hear guys talking about, oh, I got a chip on my shoulder.
Yeah.
What does that mean? You know what I mean? Like, so for you, I'm sure you had a chip on your shoulder because you were very highly. I know you were a guy who wasn't like you weren't a no name, so to speak.
Right.
So to fall out of the draft for whatever reason, how did that make you feel?
That just made me feel like I had to go to work. I had to work even harder.
Right.
I mean, whatever I was doing wasn't enough. Yeah, I had that chip. Yeah, that chip for me was, I ain't got no friends. No friends. I'm coming to the league. I'm trying to outwork the next man. You know, it's men in the league, 4, 5 kids and wives. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of where I was at with it.
What I want to know about from you is you had the chance that a lot of guys from North Carolina don't have, which is play for the hometown team. With the Carolina Panthers. How did that feel? Because I know you had mentioned you're a family guy. You got family in South Carolina. You got family in New York. So that's really, I mean, it's about as close as you're going to get to splitting the difference. Put that experience into words for us, you know, for the people at home.
That was probably, well, New Orleans was fun. Right. But just being at home, it was just so real. You know what I'm saying? Because I would have family come. Most of my family in New Bern, but my mom and them would come from South Carolina. Folks would come from New Bern. I remember one game I probably got freaking 20 tickets. Yeah.
And you boy had a section.
And it was like, you know, we did it up that weekend. So, I mean, it was wonderful, man. It's just good to be able to have your folks come from home or be able to make the game. It was almost like college again. It was somewhere close where everybody can come to the game. Now, mind you, I still had to buy tickets. Right. So, you know,
It ain't like college where they give you 4 and you can get your homeboy 4
That's right,
or
that's
you can
right.
get your other homeboy
Nah.
4. Nah.
Oh, you paying for everything. So, again, that was just one of the best moments for me, just playing at Carolina for the home team and just being to see my folks.
Right.
Yeah.
Who did you look up to in the league? Because obviously everybody looks up somebody. Everybody learns a thing or two from somebody. You were in the locker room with a few names, a good few names. You were there with Kuechly.
Yeah, but see, me and Luke the same age.
Right.
So
okay.
we
More
actually,
Thomas Davis then.
Thomas Davis, I was more looking up to TD, you know what I'm saying? When I was with him, or Curtis Lofton and Jonathan Vilma in New Orleans, you know what I'm saying? So when I went to New Orleans, I was the youngest.
Yeah.
We didn't draft no linebackers that year but me.
Right.
So I was like the pup. Everybody else was old heads. So I would say out of them 3, so even my boy David Hawthorne down in New Orleans with me. So yeah, me and Luke, we were around the same age, so I wasn't really looking
Y'all
up to
were
him.
both learning at the same time for the most part.
I would learn some stuff from
Right.
him just because he had been on the team at some point in time, for a long period of time. But just looking up to somebody who knew the game and
right.
you know, who could juggle family, football, you know, life after you get out of this place at, you know, whatever time of the day, you know, that's, you know, I would say TD and those other guys from New Orleans.
And those are the things that you would say they gave you the most of, as far as, like, yeah, they you know, obviously gave you little tips on the field and things like that.
Man, them guys gave me tips on, like, taking care of your body more than anything.
Like, what things did they do?
Man, when I was, let's say, in New Orleans, so I learned everything yet really, and then it just carried on.
Right.
Man, we was going to physical therapists every day, just cause.
Right.
Because they had all kind of different gadgets.
Preventative stuff.
Yeah. Just doing little stuff like cold tub, getting massages on a regular, like every week, getting a massage.
No Deshaun Watson.
Right. You crazy, man.
I had to do it.
You crazy.
I'm sorry. I had to do it. All right.
So, yeah, we, you know, doing that stuff. It's all the preventative stuff, man, to get your body ready for the next game. I mean, because we play on Sunday. Even a guy like me who played a little bit of defense, I might have got maybe 20 plays, 15 to 20 on defense, but I would get freaking 30 on special teams. You know what I'm saying? And I was on every special team.
Yeah.
So that's what a train wreck is.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, guys still in them trenches, you know, give it to the D-line. They in them trenches, D-line, O-line. It's the train wreck every time.
Right.
But just to be on the special teams and you running full speed. And
that's
you
a different type of speed, though, from
Yeah.
the game itself. Because people don't, you fresh. Like, them boys on special teams, a lot of times, that's their only way of being on the roster sometimes.
Exactly.
And they,
yeah, but you still feeling that wreck. So it will be, you know, play Sunday and your body, you won't, you know, you'll be sore all week until Thursday, maybe even Friday. So just trying to do all the things leading up to that next game is kind of what, you know, what they taught me. So.
right. You've been one that I can look to and say as an example to myself and a lot of other people on how to handle, you know, hanging the cleats up. And been able to, you know, up until to a certain point, I know you've had other things, you know, pop off that have taken you away from it, but you got into something that nobody had did in this area, which was a mobile fitness service, fitness gym. And so I know, especially it was booming during COVID. Well, we still, you know, deal with it. But the first little stay-at-home order, I know that you were able to get around the people, keep them fit, keep them healthy. Right. A lot of that helps with mental health, and a lot of the things from just people being cooped up with no interaction.
Yeah.
What was the driving factor behind that? Was that just your own personal health, and then it kind of kicked it, or?
It was trying to give people something during a critical time. when gyms were closing. So again, we were in DC and we were moving down. So initially I wanted to open a gym, but at the time during COVID I couldn't.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I was really just trying to pivot. You know what I'm saying, and give people service. You know, still training. It was at a time where everybody was working from home. So it happened at a very critical and vulnerable time, and you know, in the world, and just people just jumped on it.
I'm like half America. I was on the couch chilling. And then you were actually one of you and I want to say maybe Charles Brunson and a few other folks. And we, you know, started just getting people active. And slowly but surely, I'm watching you and going, almost look like you was just driving down the street from one house to the next, or having people group session, meet up at their house and getting it in the driveway, garage, all that. And it's one of those things where I saw you even kind of pivot to some of the youth. And helping out some of our young athletes. Is that still something? Obviously, you may not, you know, take payment for or anything, but being a guy in this area, do you still get out with kids from time to time?
I don't, man, and I kind of leave that to my trainer, who I got running it now.
Yep. Okay.
And she's a female, but she ran track at East Carolina, so she still got that athleticism or whatever. You know, I think she'll be able to handle kids too. So just kind of passing the whole thing off to her, and just kind of letting her run it.
And you said she ran track.
Yep.
Fellas, it's a lot of people out here who think they run 4.4s, 4.3s. You don't. I'm just gonna tell you now, you don't. You watch the same combine we watch. Y'all ain't moving as fast as these guys. So with that being said, what's her at? Or what's the name? Where can they find her to get some speed
coaching? Her name is
Melanie
Ramsey.
Melanie
Ramsey. They can find her at Infrared Elite, and just contact her. She'll help them out.
Yeah. Hey, put you through some cone drills, some starts.
That's it.
Get you right, and then it'll solve a lot of these highlight tapes we seeing on Huddle. Y'all boys getting caught from behind. Cut it out. Cut it out. We got you somebody now. We've given you plenty of resources on the show, but now you got another one.
That's it.
You have 2 daughters. What does that mean to you, being a father, being an example, and then obviously seeing all your hard work? You know, one, give them a good jump start, but still even being able to provide for them.
My daughters has changed my world. You know what I'm saying? Changed my whole perspective on life, and really, and even my wife. You know, just my goal is to be able to provide for them so they don't want for nothing.
Right.
You know, years down the line, whether it's college funds, whether it's starting a business with their names on it. You know what I'm saying? It's yours. So that's kind of where I'm at with it now, man. Just trying to, they call it generational wealth. I'm trying to create something in that path for them. Still want them to work, and no, it ain't gonna be easy, but it's a foundation already set in stone for them.
Kobe obviously blasted that girl dad motto, so to speak. What does that mean to you? Because obviously you're a football guy. I don't know, is your daughter's gonna play football?
Nah, they ain't playing the football. I mean, even if I had a son, I don't know if he would play football. You know, that's just kind of where I'm at mentally. Just, I don't know.
For a multitude of reasons.
Yeah.
What types of things do you want to take, or that you've learned from your sports? Because obviously they might play sports still.
Definitely gonna try to get them into sports.
What types of things? What are you teaching your girls? Those 3 keys. Maybe it's something that you was learning before, but I want them to leave with something. You know, one of those drop the mic moments. I mean, kind of why I want them to play sports, really, and it's just some of the things you learn by playing football, basketball, whatever it is, you still carry some of those traits with you as a grown man, right? And the same for them. I want them to be able to learn how to be on the team. My number 1 reason for them playing the sport is just to get some discipline, right? Yeah, you get discipline at home, but it's different when you're on a team and it's not just you. Right, and it's from someone else.
It's from somebody else, exactly. I mean, you'll do what I tell you to do, but when you get out there on a team, now you got to listen to your coach, or you know, you might have a teammate who's a great leader, and so my thing from them playing sports is really just kind of getting some real life tactics or just kind of gaining that discipline and something they'll be able to carry on throughout the rest of their lives. Right. I mean, just like for me, for example, I hate being late.
Right.
I went to Hargrave, right, the little military joint right after high school.
Right.
But that has taught me to like be on time.
Right.
All right. So then I get to the league and I play. I'm on time for everything because they finding you now. So now you getting $500 fines.
Sometimes
more than that, depending on what it is. Yeah. So things like that just kind of help me out throughout. And that's stuff I still use to this day.
Right. You come out here, you've opened up about your family and a lot of things, but I just want to make sure I end on a note of people. Get somebody that I mean, you don't always gotta look up to everybody, but get somebody who sets an example for what to strive for. I think that's huge for any athlete. It's huge for anybody, and I'm sure you can attest to it. Anybody who is moving on, starting college, you're gonna be around a different crowd from a small town, or not small town, but a smaller area, more intimate area in New Bern, coming to Chapel Hill, Raleigh, Durham, everything right there. Being able to handle yourself in those, because you've seen plenty of guys who could.
For sure.
But that's the biggest thing is make sure you find somebody who shows you the ropes and can lead y'all to a path to success in some form or fashion. You, sir. Here's your time. Go ahead and do your thing. You shout out your wife. You do all that good stuff.
Oh, nah, you good. Shout out to my wife, man. You know what I'm saying? She let me come through today, let me out the house. You know what I'm saying? So I was proud moment. Nah, just kidding though. But yeah, man, shout out to New Bern, man. Hopefully we're gonna get us a state championship this year.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's the second time. I think I might have heard that. I don't know if Havelock feels the same way.
I mean, I'm sure they don't, but to each his own. We'll see them. They on the schedule this year.
I know how it go. So, look, you see, he ain't back down.
Me and Bruce, we get our little bet on. We talk. We do what we do.
I appreciate your time,
appreciate
big dog.
You too, dog.
Thank you. I'm gonna be at his tailgate this year for UNC football. We're gonna turn up.
Oh yeah.
But this has been another episode. Bam, checking out. Do your thing. Y'all stay safe out there and wash your hands. Bye.